Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for video game news. It is April 2nd, 2021, and these are the top stories of the day. To kick things off, it was announced today that LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga has been delayed indefinitely. Previously, it had a release time frame of spring 2021, and now we don't have any indication of when it's to come. This is a pretty ambitious title though. Unlike any LEGO game or Star Wars LEGO game before it, it's got over 500 characters. It ties together all 9 Star Wars films, from the 4, 5, and 6 original trilogy to the 1, 2, 3 prequel trilogy to the 7, 8, 9, trilogy of the last several years. I first saw this game on a hands-on presentation at E3 2019, and I was really impressed. It's still coming out. It will be on a lot of platforms: Nintendo Switch, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series brand of consoles, and I'm looking forward to it. I think whether you are really into Star Wars or just a little bit into Star Wars, this is probably going to be a game that reaches a lot of people because it's just got so much packed into it for what you're going to pay for. And think of it, most games that come out are $60 across the board, right? Some you get a little experience, little replay value, short quests. Some you get really meaty experiences with lots of music and voice acting, stages, giant worlds to explore, different types of gameplay scenarios, etc. Like a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Talk about a $60 value, right? Big world. Or Smash Brothers, tons of characters. This one, by the looks of it, is going to be very worth that $60 if you want to say, hey, something that gives you a lot of hours with a lot of unique experiences within. If the game is done well, if that demonstration that I had at E3 2019 is any indication, if you're a Star Wars fan, this is probably going to be for you. Unless if you really just don't like Legos. If you like Legos a little bit, then I think probably that Lego liking and a Star Wars liking is going to be enough, assuming that the game is done well still. We have yet to see, but I would rather have the game delayed and come out when it's ready. So fingers crossed that it's still a 2021 title, and even if it's a this fall release, and maybe it comes out alongside Mandalorian Season 3, and that's kind of how they pump up the excitement for this project. That would be cool. Moving on, another delay, actually, is the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland. It got delayed just by a week, from February 11th to the 18th. That's not that bad. 2022, at least we'll have a new film coming out in 10 months. So, like I said, 1 week delay isn't a big deal. It's happened a lot with films during the coronavirus era. Mortal Kombat just got delayed by a week, and I announced that within this past few days of video game news with PGN. So here's hoping that this movie does well and that is fun. And finally today, this comes to us courtesy of IGN, who has the first look at what Resident Evil Village is like running on the PlayStation 4 Pro. You could go over to IGN.com and you could check their site out or their YouTube page out and see the whole video for yourself. It's 5 minutes long, but I'll play just a little bit of it so you could get a look. This is PS4 Pro footage of Resident Evil Village. I gotta say, it looks quite nice. There are some screenshots online of, really close look at textures on certain areas, and you can see, okay, this is the difference of what it looks like on a PS4 Pro versus a PS5 or an Xbox Series S or X. But overall, when you're just running around playing, having a good time, if the game is good, if the voice acting and the gameplay and the characters, the story is all tight, if the game is running at a solid 30, or even better, running at a solid 60, and this is the overall visual fidelity that you're getting, I think you're going to be having a good time. and not really worried about, oh, I went up to this wall and the texture was so off that it completely took me out of the experience. I'm not getting that feeling from this trailer, or from this gameplay footage, I should say. It's looking pretty solid. Of course, if you want the best experience, high-end PC, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, that's going to be the way to go. But if you have a last-gen machine, at least the PS4 Pro, it's pretty solid. Like I said, I don't want to play too much of IGN's video because give them credit where it's due. Go to their site, check it out. And I'll also say that there's a pretty good look at a side-by-side of this scene and how it runs on PS5, and without having the PS5 footage up front. Once again, you could find this on IGN's page. The overall detail work here in the room on PS4 Pro, it's solid. The PS5 version looks better, but the polygon model in between the two, the little bit of features that are more enhanced in the clothing in the PS5 version, it's apparent, but it's not overwhelmingly drastic that I think if you're playing it on one of these base systems, you know, you're not going to not enjoy it, right? That's gonna about do it today for video game news. Not as many things to talk about. It's on the shorter side, but let me know what you thought. Resident Evil Village footage running on PS4 Pro. Does it look good enough to you? Uncharted movie delayed by a week. Are you bugged or not? And Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. What do you think about it being delayed without any kind of time frame? It would be nice to have a time frame, you know, like it's been pushed to Q4 2021, but without that, I guess it's fair to say it's going to be half a year or more. Otherwise, they probably would have given us a time frame. So that's my thought. 6 months or more to be on the safe side. All right, let me know what you thought. Thanks everyone for watching. This is Paul Gale Network signing out. Hope you all have a good one. Bye.